Bus, man. We're here at StickDrummer.com to give you a little quick interview before your show here for the Metal Blade 25th Anniversary Tour, which is apparently going very well.
It is going good.
You met John, you know John from years ago, probably.
Yes,
and,
yes, definitely.
Just going to ask you a few questions, man. Nothing major.
All right, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to know, the first thing was, how was the tour going so far?
The tour's going great, man. It's going really good. You know, great bands on this bill, of course. You know, with the bands of Black Dahlia, Murder, unbelievable band, and you know, Red Chord. You know, you've seen Gotor in there, and the Absence. Really, really good bill. So we're happy with that, and the attendance, of course, has been great. You know,
it's awesome.
It's been good. So I mean, Kill did so well for us. You know that I don't know. It just seems that. You know, the people are coming out, so that's good. We can't complain.
A whole new generation of kids.
For the most part, yeah, it's crazy to see, you know.
It's
I know. It's awesome to see. You see all these young kids, you know, and they're all wearing the shirts and all that, and they're sporting. I mean, you know, these are fans probably just, you know, they're just, it seems like it's just constantly, you know, we'll play a show and you're like, holy crap, where do these kids come from? You know, they weren't here last time.
Right.
And you said a lot of young kids, so that's good, you know. We need that for the scene.
Before we move on from the tour, real quick, I just want to, the Aeon. What do you think about that dropping off?
Oh, well, that's really disappointed us. I mean,
damn.
we wanted them so bad.
Man?
I mean, we wanted them on this tour so bad. I mean, that we were, I mean, Alex was a little more, we were a little instrumental in getting them signed to Blade. I mean, because when that Bleeding the Falls came out, when we first heard it, we were blown away. I mean, we were like, holy,
it's ridiculous.
This is just unbelievable, you know. And found out we've got a tour with these guys, you know. So we did a half a tour with them in Europe. You know, we were like, we want these guys on our tour, you know. So they ended up doing like half of the tour. Really cool guys, great band live. I mean, they just nail it. The drum, you know, incredible.
How's Nils at the other side?
Exactly, Nils is just incredible. And then, you know, so we told Blade this too. We were like, dude, Brian, I mean, you know, Slagle, the owner of Metal Blade, you know, dude, Eon, man, you know, this album is just incredible. I mean, we're freaking out on it. I mean, I don't freak out on stuff much anymore, you know, because nothing really seems to grab me like it did in the old days. And it just reminded me of just, you know, man, this is what it should be, you know.
Nice.
And then they ended up signing them and all that, and they were going to be doing that tour until Nils ended up kind of...
Dark Funeral.
kind of screwed them over a little bit, and then they called us and told us, you know, oh man, we might have to drop off, or, you know, we were like, no, you know, so...
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate things happen, but man, we wanted them on this tour really bad. No offense to of course anybody that ended up taking their
cool they stepped up,
taking their place, but I mean, we really, you know, we really worship that band, man.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's a good any spot on this tour.
Well, that's the thing too. I would think they would have fared well. You know, being in America for the first time, being on this tour.
Right.
You know, I mean, what better of a tour can they be on? Probably. You know, so it just you know, and I'm sure they knew that too. But obviously, what were they going to do? I guess they worked with the drummer for a little bit, and it just wasn't going to work out for them to make it in time. You know, to do this. So hopefully they get over in the States. You know, soon.
Next time.
Yeah, or with somebody else at least. You know, to get on some decent tour and get out here. You know.
Absolutely. So. Well, what do you think about the some of the other drummers that are on this tour that you're with now?
Oh, they're all killer. Shannon Lucas, amazing, dude. He's incredible. I mean, watching him, you know, I really like Black Dahlia a lot. I mean, they're just such an aggressive band, and Shannon is just an amazing drummer, man. He's just incredible. You know, that guy's just it's you know,
changing it up from all the Remain style.
Yeah, and he's just power, man, precision and power, and those guys are so tight, you know. So, but they're all great drummers, you know. Brad from the Red Chord's an awesome drummer, and
he's a cool guy.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about the whole tour too. Is it's like everyone's it's just a big happy family, and everybody's so cool and just hanging out and having a good time.
It's awesome.
So it makes it much more enjoyable.
Well, let me ask you about the way you play. Have you ever tried a different way, like, or have you always kind of found, like, you know, what you do, you stuck with it with Cannibal, and
right, pretty much that's it, John. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the kind of drummer I am. I don't look at myself as being like a percussionist or a drummer, you know, like there's so many drummers out there in the world that can, you know, do this, do so many things, you know, and I'm not that kind of a guy, definitely not. I really describe myself as I play Cannibal Corpse style drums. That's what I do, you know, and that's it. I mean, I don't know if I could be in another band or anything like that type of thing. I mean, I know when I watch, say, Shannon playing, I'm like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I mean, that's just, you know, that guy's just incredible.
Well,
I mean,
apparently worked for you. Man.
Well, but I mean, this is the thing. It's like we have our own style, which is which is a good thing, of course. And over the years, it's just, you know, that's exactly, we just stuck with what worked for me and what worked with the band, and that's what I do. And that was it. So I kind of have that. kind of almost like probably like a punk attitude on it. Like I don't want to play, and I wish I did. I wish I had more of a, you know, like kind of like that.
Cool. Right.
Man, I really want to learn everything and read and do this and do it all, but I don't. You know, I appreciate it all, and I think, you know, so many amazing drummers and anybody that can do anything, you know, whatever kind of style of music, you know.
Right.
I mean, it's just incredible to me. But I look at it and go, man, it's just I don't feel that I could do that. I just do what I do, you know, and this is what it is. And, you know,
yeah, and I think this is just me from my, like, maybe just growing up and stuff. I think it comes to a point where you realize that, you know what, I do what I do.
Right.
There are people better.
Right.
There's people worse.
Right.
From doing this website, man, we find a 14-year-old kid in the middle of nowhere that is grinding.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, dude,
yeah.
come on.
I know.
You know, you're like,
oh, I know. They're getting younger and younger at it. You know, we didn't have that liberty of listening to, you know, Pete Sandoval when we were 10 years old.
No, it's me listening to you, you listen to me, a couple buddies.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, dude, sick.
Yeah, and then building as we went. You know, because when I first started drumming, you know, all right, what do you got? You got Metallica, you got you know, Slayer, and Slayer weren't even what they were yet, or kind of a thing. You know, so it's you know, we're building this genre and building the style kind of a thing. So there was no, you know, you're just kind of learning off each other and just kind of just building a genre of music and style of drumming, you know. So, you know, now these kids nowadays, the first person they're seeing, it's not going to be, you know, whatever, Lars Ulrich playing, you know, off of Kill 'Em All or something. It's going to be, like somebody like Shannon that's just flying out there, or Derek Roddy going, you know, and they're sicko. You know, they're sick already, exactly, at the age of 14. That's just that's crazy to me, you know. I mean, it's awesome, but I mean, that is just, that's crazy, you know.
Cool. Well, let me ask you this. We're around home. You're close to home right now.
Yeah.
Whenever you go on tour, you come home, what do? You go home, you go back to your mom's, dad's?
Yeah. My parents are still in Orchard Park, which is a suburb of Buffalo, and right, you know, where the Buffalo Bills play, you know, right down the road from the stadium, and that's where I pretty much grew up my latter years of teenage years and went to high school in Orchard Park. So they're still there, and you know, that's where I was actually yesterday for the day off. You know, see the family. You know, my mom and my dad, my two grandmothers are still here.
Oh,
so,
that's awesome.
So I get to see them, and then you know, my aunt and uncle and my cousins came over with her kids, and you know, and just it's just like it's kind of like a family reunion thing, you know. I mean, I don't get to see them as often as obviously when we lived in Buffalo. We've been living in Tampa for 12 years now, and you know, I don't really have any immediate family down there, so everyone's still pretty much up here. So
what about friends-wise?
Yeah, well, my buddy Mark, you know, I went to I went to high school with him, so he's a good friend of mine. You know, so he's and so I didn't see any of my friends really yesterday. It was just not enough time, kind of a thing, you know. So it's just make it a family thing.
Day goes fast.
Yeah. Oh, it does. It does. If I had another couple of days, you know, it's hard enough when I come up for vacation for say a few days to get everybody in, kind of a thing. You know, that's hard enough. So one day, you know, it's kind of makes it a little tougher. But at least I got my buddy Mark lives in Rochester now, so he's able to. You know, we were just actually went out to dinner with him and sit over his place.
For some reason, he looks familiar.
You might have seen him. You know, he goes to a lot of shows. He goes to a lot of shows in Rochester here, and so you might have seen.